You get picture yours. If you turn off camera, your pictures appears right there.
Yeah, I have a Zoom account like Steve was saying though, so that's what you need to do
Okay.
is go to zoom.us and register. And then in your own account, you upload your picture, and that's how it happens. But it's best whenever you're doing these live videos if you can be on camera. The eye contact is what makes Zoom so powerful.
I know, but something. Can you see me? Barely can
Oh,
see
there
me.
we go.
Yeah, we can see
Something
you.
happened with my camera. I don't know what
Yeah, it's
happened.
blurred real bad, but we can see you. All right, well, let's get started. I got a couple things I want to cover, and then I'll see if Quang Su has anything he wants to share, and open up to any of you that have anything to share. But the main thing I want to talk about, well, a couple main things. For those of you that were on Quang Su's call Saturday, timing's imminent. We're getting very, very close to being able to make progress with the Korean market. Again, we're not officially promoting in there yet, but Quang Su has coached us step by step. And if you do know some heavy hitter network marketing types, get with Quang Su or myself, and we'll help you develop a plan to start to contact those people. And it's a very exciting time. Quang Su, you want to share anything on that real quick? Just a nugget or two? I mean, Saturday's the time where we try to get into detail, but any nuggets you want to share real quick with the group? You're muted, buddy. Let me unmute you.
So the company, we can't just go out and say we open Korea or get license. I mean, we will have to wait until a company announces it, and they'll probably announce during the top achievers trip. So like in June. So for about a month of May, although we have a license, we pretend we don't know. But then, if you have connections to the networkers, guys who are real networkers, it's time to expose what you do. Okay. If they are not networkers, they're just Facebook friends. It's just way too early, because when they hear it and then don't open for next 3, 4, 5 months, it just doesn't make sense for them. But if you have a networkers, black market is a big deal in Korea. Black market meaning that we are developing market before you open. Okay, it's a big deal. That's where the money's made. They understand that. So if you have leaders in the industry, this is time to say, hey, we got the license, we have good to go. What kind of information can I give it to you? I'll put out my plans to be in Korea, have them contact me to set up a meeting and things like that. Okay. So I am also prepared. I've also recorded a Zoom in Korean for general business. And I'm also recording a product presentation for Korea. I'm going to do that tomorrow. But I have the general Zoom. I have general business, business in recording in YouTube. So if you have I'm not going to put it up in the Facebook, okay? Because this is only for your people who are leaders in the industry. If you have connections to people who are leaders in the industry, it's good. It's okay to now expose, I believe.
Okay, well, I know Pam has at least one because as I was doing my search around, I came across one, and she had already connected with a pretty heavy hitter from Nurium. So I'm sure there's others out there. So what will be her next steps?
Yeah. So if you have any specific leaders, you can call me tomorrow. I mean, to discuss. I mean, I'd be more than happy to do one-on-one with you to consult on what kind of strategy we can, go after. It's fine. I mean, I'm there for you. So call me if you have a specific, target.
Excellent. Thank you. All right, we'll open up for questions later, but I do want to cover a couple quick things. There is a big event going to take place in St. Louis on May 5th. It's Saturday, Cinco de Mayo Day. 10 a.m., Patty Cepeda will be doing a business overview. We're expecting minimum 100, hopefully 200 people for that event. And so if you know anybody within a 5-hour radius of St. Louis, I recommend you get them to St. Louis. It's going to be an amazing event. The venue is going to be excellent. It's going to be well prepared. It's just going to be great. There is a $5 advance ticket cost, $10 at the door for associates, all the rest for free. So if you're out on the West Coast and you're inviting guests, they're free. You don't have to contribute. You don't have to buy a ticket. We'll just take care of your guests. Just make sure they come with their ID number. So they're going to want to sign up, because the only way we're letting people stay for the training after the BizOp is if they're an associate. So they're going to have to become a customer if they want to stick around. So we will be taking applications. We will be putting people in the system. Make sure your back office is set up the way you want them to fall. If you have a guest coming and for some reason you want me to just take the application for you and not put them in, I don't know why you'd want to do that, but if you do, let me know and I'll work with you. It's going to be awesome, though. We're very, very excited about having Patty come. That evening, the evening of the 5th, Saturday night, we're going to have a private party with Patty. It's going to be very, very limited. We're not going to open up to everybody. So, like Habia, if you're coming all the way in, you need to make sure I know. You need to make sure I know if your guests are going to be staying with you, so we get a very firm count, because we're going to cater in some food, and it's going to be a phenomenal, phenomenal time. It's going to be just some real quality time with Patty Cepeda. There's going to be no agenda. There's not going to be a presentation. It's just going to be a party. It's going to be a Cinco de Mayo party where we just get to know her better, and I'm sure there'll be a situation where we sit around. It's going to be in a very, very nice home, and there'll be a situation where we sit around and just get to hear stories and ask questions, and it's going to be priceless. So I really want to encourage everybody to plan on being there. But I need to know in advance. We got to prepare the food. We got to prepare the venue. So I need to know. And the sooner the better. We're only 2 weeks out.
Hey, Chuck,
Yes, ma'am.
how do we pay in advance for the business op meeting?
Yeah, we're working on that. If you let me know you're coming for sure, I'll mark you down as an RSVP, and you can just pay $5 at the door. We are creating an Evite system, but that silly system takes like $2 of our dollars. So people that we know, we just soon you pay $5 at the door, so we're not wasting money on the Evite system. But in the things the Cepedas are sending out to their team, we're just got people pay through the system, so we got a good head count and can set up accordingly. But people like you, if you tell me you're coming, just pay $5 at the door.
Gotcha.
As long as you've RSVP'd in advance. Guests are free. Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m., the church, Faith Miracle Temple, is going to have Patty Cepeda speaking. Now, I'm not 100% sure if she's just going to be giving her story, a short testimonial, or if she's going to carry the entire service. I should know earlier this week, but I think she's going to pretty much have the whole service. So that is also streamed live. So I would encourage all of you to watch live if you're not able to come to the service. If you're in the St. Louis area and you're on this call or you're watching this recording, I would recommend you be there, support her. Now, most of the people in the audience, there are people in that church that are in the business, so all those people are going to be their prospects. But you can still bring your prospects to the meeting with you, and then obviously they're still your prospects. But if she shares her story, that's as good as any presentation you're ever going to get. So that church holds about 1,000 people. So there'll be about 1,000 people hearing Patty's story Sunday morning, and then that's streamed all over the world. So it's pretty big. We're very, very excited about that too. So big weekend coming up, May 5th, May 6th. And our team here in St. Louis is working really hard to make that a great event. So take advantage of it. Ask everybody who they know in the St. Louis area. And I'm kidding not. Kansas City, Chicago, Memphis, Louisville, all these cities, Memphis, they're all within like a 5-hour drive of St. Louis. And to hear Patty Cepeda and get to meet her personally, I think it's worth that and more. So any questions on the event before we move on to the next topic? All right. I am just learning to use this tool. So this is fresh, first day I've used it, but I'm really, really excited about this. A buddy of mine has been trying to get me to do this for a long time. When I send out text, and some of you guys will probably make fun of me that I haven't had this before, but I literally would copy and paste every single text that I sent out. So when I'm doing reminders to my team locally for a meeting, or if I'm promoting a Zoom call, I'm literally spending an hour, hour and a half texting people, pasting, copy, paste.
Oh.
So this guy's been telling me for a long time, get a mass email system. So I got one today, and it is the coolest thing I can imagine. I've been able to send out a couple hundred texts targeting different things. One was targeting tonight's presentation for people who are already on my team. And then I did 2 blasts to prospects, my A's and B's and my contacts. And it's so simple. The name of the one I'm using is just mass text. MASSTEXT. It's free and it's pretty phenomenal. Now, I haven't learned all the details, like how to insert someone's name, and that's there. But for right now, it's just been super convenient. It gives me all my contacts. I can go through and pick the ones I want to send it to. It sends them to each of them individually, so it's not like a group text. It's like the individual that I was doing individually. It sends it out individually. So in my thread, I've got an individual text to every single person I want to go to. It's amazing. And so on that same topic, if you haven't already bought the book, Go Pro by Eric Worre, I so highly recommend it. And I recommend you use it with your team, because if you can get your team duplicating what he teaches in his book, you're going to have a massive organization over time. And one of the things he teaches is how to build your list. That's the first skill you need to develop. And Kwang Soo and I are trying to teach that on Saturday with the Koreans. And you can apply that to any aspect. It doesn't just have to be the Koreans, but that tends to be the market we're going for right now. But then the second one is how to invite. Now, one of the problems I've had is I tend to invite people straight from cold to an event. And what Eric Worre teaches is there should be a couple intermediate steps. Build a relationship a little bit first, just like Kwang Soo's teaching us. And then number two, invite them to a video. Let's see if I can mute that background noise for now. We'll open up later. There you go. That'll eliminate that background noise. And then when you're ready to ask questions, stuff, you can just do it. So tonight what I did, and it's worked extremely well, at my daughter's coaching, instead of just inviting people to go to my website, watch my video, I just sent out a little text, and basically, here's what it says. Hope you're well. Thought about you today. How are you doing? Question mark. And then my name, Chuck Williams. Hope you're well. Thought about you today. How are you doing? And I signed it, Chuck Williams. Now, I did think about it, and that's absolutely honest, because as I'm going through my contacts, their name came up, and I recognized them, or at least I thought I recognized them, so I included them in my blast. So now, just in the last hour, I've started multiple conversations with these people. It's kind of like Kwang Soo was saying he did on Facebook months and months ago when he started these conversations. That's all I'm doing. And then I'm basically inviting them to watch a short video. So a little training tip here. Farmer John taught me this, and I've mentioned it a couple times, but I don't know if you've done it or not. If you go into your back office and resources, it's got manage my website. If you'll change that to the suggested page from the default page is okay, but the suggested page has the Transform Your Life video right there on the front page. And then it has a place for your prospect to fill out the form to where you can know they were there and want information. And so that's my next step. Once I start the dialogue, I'm going to ask people, well, what's going on? What are you up to? I'm going to transition the conversation to get them to go to my Isogenics main page. And then from there, they're going to watch Transform Your Life. If they're interested, I'll know, and I can follow up with them. And then I'm invited to an event. Most of the time, that's going to be a Zoom meeting or a Zoom presentation, one-on-one or a small group, or the Monday or Wednesday. Or in the case of St. Louis, I'm going to be building towards the event in 2 weeks. Now, one of the mistakes people make when a big event's coming up like this is they invite everybody to that event. I recommend you take them through the process now and allow them to get in your business now to where they can bring their warm market to the event with them. What a powerful way. And it's such an easy lead for them, because they can say, look, I just started this new business. My timing was perfect. The number one incomer in the world is going to be here in St. Louis. Come with me and check it out. Give me your thoughts. Just such a simple, easy way to do it. So just want to encourage you with those words tonight. And then one of the things, I know like Steve Cunningham and I are learning to be accountability partners. We're both mavericks, and it's hard for both of us to stay focused on, but we're working out the details. And so as we work that out, one of the things I really want to be accountable to you, Steve, is how many people I have watched a video. Because really that's the core thing that I want people to do. I can start all the conversations I want. I can add all the people I want to my Facebook friends or my phone contacts. But if I'm not getting people to watch that introductory video to test their interest, that's really, I think, the cornerstone tool. And then from there, it'll be easy to teach how to follow up, how to get them to a bigger presentation, how to do 3-way calls, all skills we need to develop and learn. But I think the main thing that we should be measuring right now is not how many hours we're working, because that doesn't matter. It's how many people are you getting to watch a introductory video. Now, while I'm talking about that subject, let's talk about introductory videos. When I got started, the video I used exclusively was the BeSetFreeLife.com. BeSetFreeLife.com. Now, part of the reason for that was I liked it. I knew where it was, and I didn't want to take time to learn everything. And so instead of learning about ISA movies and all different places, I just liked the BeSetFreeLife.com. So I sent all my prospects there and I followed up with them. Later, I learned about ISA tools, which I absolutely love for email marketing and things like that. It lets me know when my prospects are interested. I know when they go back and watch my video a second time. I love ISA tools. Diane trains on it once a month. It's a phenomenal tool. One of the best marketing systems I've seen. You can put your contacts in there. You can do group emails. It's a phenomenal tool. But now on a one-on-one basis, I like sending people right to my website, which is the Isagenix main site. But you put your username .isagenix.com and then use the suggested, not the default page, and they watch the Transform Your Life, which is the best video, I think, for a brand new prospect. Transform Your Life. The only exception to that would be if I know I'm working with a millennial, I'll send them the next generation video, the Start Your Life video. They're both about 5 minutes. They're both great introductory. So if I'm working with a very young person, 18 to 35, I'm going to go with the next generation video or the Start Your Life video. I think it's the same thing, just called two different things. If they're 35 and above, which most of my prospects unfortunately are, I'm going to send them to my main site to watch Transform Your Life, with the alternative being BeSetFreeLife.com. So what I'm going to start monitoring is how many people per day I get to watch my video, because I think that is the most important activity that we can do. Now, you got to be meeting people. You got to be building your list. That's a given skill you got to have. But the fundamental skill, if you're going to make any money in this business, is inviting people. And what you want to invite them to is a tool to see if they're interested. And that's the best way to screen their interest. Then if they're interested, then you start the follow. Then you start the three-way call. We'll do a whole training of three-way calls. Those of you that are doing three-way calls are having such much better success than those who don't. And so many people think, well, I got to be independent. I got to do. No. I do. Ask Kwang Soo. I do three-way calls with Kwang Soo. I do them with Michael Weeder. I do them with Patty. I do them with Herb. I do them with people like Pete Hamby, Stan Yago, different people I do three-way calls with. And so I'm telling you, the power of the three-way call is huge. If you're trying to be the know-it-all and you're answering all the questions, you're missing the whole purpose of network marketing. The whole purpose is duplication. And so step one, obviously, is build your list. That should be a given, but it's a skill, and you got to teach new people that skill. You got to help them develop their list. Number two is the invite. And what I'm recommending you do is once you've built enough rapport to justify this, you want to invite them to watch a video. And that's the measuring stick that I want to use for you and me, Steve, and anybody else who's being accountable with me. How many videos are you having seen each day? That's the core, in my opinion. Then if you get a bunch of videos seen and we're not seeing a bunch of signups, then we know where to go from there. We know, how you doing your three-way calls, how you doing your follow-up, how you doing getting a major presentation, how you doing on closing and get them set up on an account. It should not be difficult. Once they watch that video, you're screening them and you're finding out who's interested now and who'll be interested later. So anyway, that was my tips for tonight. I hope that helped. The one thing I do want to remind everybody is the rapid reset. You have one more week. That might not sound like a lot of time to you, but let me tell you, it can be done in a week with a sense of urgency and barter with people. I mean, bribe somebody. Tell them you'll take them out to dinner if they come on as a customer and try it for 30 days. Do whatever it takes. Get serious about your business and put in an all-out massive effort to go director by Sunday, 1 week from tonight. Now, let's put it frankly here. The company is throwing $1,500 your way if you go director by Sunday night midnight. $1,500. There's no reason not to put every single effort you can. Now, if you're financially independent, like some people are, and you're like, $1,500 doesn't motivate me, that's okay. The story and your future success of this business is what's important. And so whether you need the money or not, most of us do, go for it. Increase your activity. If you've been doing a certain amount, double it. If that's not enough to get you director by Sunday, triple it, quadruple it. Do whatever it takes. I'll give you a couple more tips real quick. And I hate doing this, but it works. Ask people for a favor. Ask people to help you. Tell them, hey, I'm going for a huge bonus. I could sure use your help. I've been talking to you for a while about trying these products. Now would be a great time to try them. I'd really appreciate it. And while you're at it, I'd really appreciate it if we could sign up your wife too. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but it works. 8 out of the 10 people that I just helped become consultants for the first time, 8 out of 10 did it more to help me than to help themselves. And so, as much as you don't want to build your business around that, I'm just telling you, people will be more inclined to help you, especially if they've been in your business for a while and they haven't been consultants yet, especially if they're already doing 100 BD a month and they only need 2 customers. Offer to help them. I had 5 or 6 of those people put their spouse in as to help me more than anything else. And so I say that because sometimes people need the incentive to get going, and that incentive might be helping you. Once they help you and they get the $100 consultant bonus, they might get excited and actually do something with their own business for themselves and the people they bring on board. So anyway, I know that kind of goes against the grain, asking for people to help you. I don't like doing it, but I am telling you this, it works. So I'll open up the floor. Any questions that anybody has that they'd like to ask, or any comments on anything I've shared so far?
Hey, Chuck, great information. Sure appreciate all that you do. A couple of things real quick. Number one, regarding GoPro, I share a link with my teammates to get it for free. All you have to do is pay for shipping. That link is in the chat room. So anyone who's interested in that book who doesn't already have it, whether you have it or not, you might want to make sure your crew has it. It's a lot easier if you just give them the link to get it for free. All you have to do is, pay shipping. So that's that. Chuck, in our accountability, when I do connect with you, the 5 isotool exposures, those are my video exposures. You probably know that. Just so you know, that number obviously has to be raised.
I wasn't sure if that's what that was or not, because I wasn't sure if you were just sending out a video to them or you confirmed they'd watched it. And I'm talking about confirmed watch. That's the difference. So I didn't know which one you were doing. So if you're already doing confirmed watch, that's great. And that's awesome, by the way.
Yeah, no, that was not confirmed watch. Maybe I misunderstood you.
Yeah, big difference. You can send out videos all day long, but if they ain't watching them, don't matter. You gotta confirm they watched them is the number I'm looking for myself. And I encourage you to do the same.
That totally makes sense. That's a big difference in numbers. Yeah, I think that is it for the moment. One last thing. There's a Super Saturday coming up in Temecula here in Southern California on May 5th. For those of you guys who have team in Southern California area, an event that we're promoting for and that we'll be at. Just food for thought.
Can you send me those details and I'll put it on the Team of Hope site to where people that go there for information can get that too?
Yep. Just so you know, I'm getting it straight from Isogenics Events, and this is Shore to Shore Super Saturdays. I'll personally be at Temecula on May 5th in case anybody has any guests that I can, or teammates that I can, help bring them along. And also in Phoenix, which is a little later on, June 9th, just so you know.
Well, I'm planning on being there, Steve. So unless something happens with Korea, I'm planning on being there. So would you mind putting on our team Facebook site?
I'll put it up. Yep. Okay. I'll get it done shortly.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
And as for the Chuck's apologetic thing about asking friends for your thing, that's what friends do. I'll be offended and write him off as a friend if he doesn't help me out. At least try to help me out. So I've asked all my friends. I mean, I've exhausted most of them in my previous companies, but at least they've, done it. I mean, if they don't buy from me and they can afford it, I consider him that friend because I'll do the same thing for them. So don't be shy. I mean, that's what friends are for. And, it's how your posture is. If you're really in the business and your posture is all in, right? That's when you can ask and have that kind of attitude. And that's why it's so successful, because his posture. Just You know, I used to have a brand of rice when I was in Seattle, having a food company. And anybody who doesn't buy I have a bunch of Korean friends. Anybody who doesn't buy my brand of rice, so Mr. Shin's rice, I just write him up as a friend. I told them I'd spend millions of dollars promoting this brand. If you're not my friend, if you're my friend, buy this damn brand, okay? You spend $10. It'll help me more than if you take me out to dinner. That's my attitude.
That's funny.
Yeah,
It's very true. And
True.
we're not asking them to. We're not asking like a typical business where you're saying, it's another network marketing company where you pay $500 just to get in something for an opportunity to make money. You're giving them nutritious, good food, and it's got a 30-day money-back guarantee. So there's no risk, and they're going to end up loving it. So you're right, Kwang Soo. There's nothing to really apologize about. It's just different than I'm used to doing it. But I tell you, when you tell people you got significant bonus online, they want to help you. And I know it worked for me. And I will give you one more tip for those of you that are going for it. Once you hit director this week by Sunday, put the hammer all the way to the floor and get executive right away. It's only 4 more consultants, and that way you don't have to worry about the 6 remaining active if you do it fast. So hit this thing hard this week, hard. So you got enough momentum to just carry you right into executive the following week to where you don't have to worry about people falling off qualification and then having to replace them. And so the next 2 weeks are really critical to earning $3,500. So anyway, I hope that helps.
Well, Lisa Bradley has become a Crystal Director today.
Yeah, I saw that. That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. So she's going for the executive, obviously. So we'll see what happens. So we need to have those things pop up.
Are you going to recognize her on tomorrow's call? Are you going to get up early or want me to do it?
I'm going to put it on the Facebook, and then tomorrow's call. You're doing the tomorrow night's Zoom?
No, I might, but I'm talking about the Cepedas have a Monday morning recognition call.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm
you?
not there, Chuck.
I know it's 5:30 in the morning. Did you personally enroll her?
Yes, she's my personal. Yeah.
Okay, I'll recognize her for you then.
Okay. And she's the one that I enrolled her through that Facebook thing. I didn't know who she was. Although she knew me, all I did was just Facebook campaign, and that's how we got to know each other. So it's Jody. I mean, Jody's, yeah. So that's how these things are,
All right. Well, any other questions or comments? We're here for you.
Yeah. So basically, in Korea, if you have a leader and you want to do something, you are welcome to call me. Okay. During like business hours, and don't call me like 4 in the morning like Koreans do. I've been getting a lot of calls at 4 in the morning. I don't like that. So just in a reasonable time, call me so we can discuss exact steps to take. If you don't have the leaders or not non-MLMers, it's too early to expose anything. Just build relationship. Post before after pictures. They love stars. So if you are in team of V, leverage V, take a picture with him and his time at NBA. That's good. If you have doctors in your team, they love doctors. They love lawyers. I don't know why they love lawyers, but they love lawyers. So use pastors. That's good. So use those people of influence to solidify your position, okay? When you're asking for a certain thing, they want to be sure that you are somebody who's worthy, okay? That's the key. If they think you are, nobody, they won't listen to you. If they think you're somebody, they're more likely they will listen to you and do something for you. So this is time to build your status, okay? If you don't have the status yourself, use other people in your team, upline, downline, to build your status, okay? So that's it.
All right. Any questions before we wrap up? Last chance.
Chuck, for the May 5th, so the main thing it's on Saturday, right? And then Sunday.
Sunday's a church service.
Okay, so more.
10:30, and Patty Cepeda will be speaking at that church service.
But the main it's
the main
Saturday.
event is definitely Saturday. Saturday from 10 to 2. Might go on to 3, depends on Patty, but we're planning 10 to 2.
Uh-huh.
First half will be for guests, second half will be for training. And then in the evening, Saturday evening, we're having a private invitation-only meet and greet with Patty Cepeda. And all of you are invited, but you got to let me know in advance so we can get a firm number.
Yeah, well, I don't know how about Pam, but I'm coming.
Yeah, I got you guys down. All right.
Could you please shoot email or text to my daughter? Because she says no to me, maybe she'll say yes to you.
I already did. I'll try again.
Okay, thanks.
All right. For those of
In
you that are
that
going for
case, in that case, maybe you should sue under my daughter too. I'm kidding.
For those of you that are going for director this week, anything we do to help you, let us know. It's very important. We want you to get it. So push hard, push early. If you're early in the week, you get started. Don't wait till next weekend. Get after it now, and we'll do anything we can to help you.
Thanks. You'll be the first to know.
And Kwang Su, I'm gonna reach out for you. I need your help. I need to talk to you.
Okay. All right. Tomorrow afternoon. Okay.
I'm working afternoon. What time is afternoon for you?
After I have something going. Let's call me anytime. It's okay.
Yeah, if you cannot talk, then just you tell me not, and then I will figure out the other time.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just call me.